Kyle. Hello there. How you doing? Hope all is good. Still kind of burnt out, but I figured I would do one of these things and see if somebody jumped on or in, or you know, I sent the invitations to the ladies, so maybe they'll pop in, give me some entertainment. I don't know, talking wise. I mean, not anything else, but yeah, life gets you. Life will get you. Deplorable garbage. What in the hell? Live. He's coming live from either cop car or the work. Or maybe both. AK's run in the building. Uh, yeah. I said, why the hell not? I'll do one of these damn live streams, see if anybody gives a shit. So, you know. Oh, today's Saturday. That's right. I got my days mixed up. I keep thinking today's Friday. I'm home now. I had to do my slaving to these son of a bitches. You know. I'll take a nap. I was thinking of taking a nap, but I did that when I was off. Um, I don't have off again until Monday. I got to get through tomorrow. Uh, I I have no goddamn idea. I heard that on Cajun Stream last night. Um, I don't know. I mean, I sort of heard it, but I don't know. Shit. They had a shooting right down the street from me last week. Yeah. Yeah, no, ain't no surprise. You know, they shoot each other at the Waffle House, so I'm just like, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know where these prisoners escaped from. Um, I don't have a prison in my parish. I mean, well, I do, but I don't have a. Well, where did they escape from? What facility? What city? Hmm. I saw a video last week or 2 weeks ago. I woke up in the middle of the night. And you had the police scanner on, and you were cruising everywhere. I don't know what time. It might have been 2 in the morning or something. You were cruising, and I fell asleep. Oh well, shit! New Orleans 40 New Orleans is 35 to 40 miles from me. So, but if they escape from New Orleans, they're probably gonna come my way because they usually fucking do. All they gotta do is jump the lake. They gotta go through. If it's in New Orleans, they gotta go through New Orleans East. And then they go past my old stomping grounds in Chalmette. And then we go past it. And then they get on the. Then they go to the. Then they get to the bridge, cross the lake, and yeah. Well, I ain't really. I don't really keep up with the news. I just deal with the weather. But somebody was saying that on Cajuns last night. Miss Paula was saying that on Cajuns. But you know what? My parish, they don't fuck around. They'll shoot you first and ask questions later. Um, you know, one of these days I'll tell you the nickname for my parish. I ain't gonna say it now, but I'll say it on your stream. But yeah, I told them New Orleans is murderers. I ain't worried about them people. They probably gonna come right this way. Shit, if they ain't already. I mean, because if you go the other way, now I don't know where this prison is in New Orleans, but if you go the other way, you're gonna hit uh the other prison if you keep going the other way. But yeah, I don't really know too much about it because I ain't heard anything on the news about it. I mean, I only watch the weather. First I heard about it was last night on Cajun Stream, but they usually catch these people. Apparently, they pulled an Alcatraz and went behind the toilet, and out they went. So, well, I got to go to work in the morning, so I probably won't be up to see your video, unfortunately. But I talked to a cop this morning. Me and my boss had to call the cops for something, and my boss goes, "Is it me or is every cop a fucking prick?" And I said, "No, it's not you." And then I said, "Yeah, my friend Deplorable Garbage on YouTube does these videos. They harass him all the time." I said, "You ought to check his channel out." And she pulled up your channel. I don't know if she watched any of your stuff, but she pulled up your channel in front of me because I put it on her phone. So, so maybe you'll have a new viewer. I don't know. I try to help the YouTube planets, the universe align. But, I'm going to check it out when I'm at work tomorrow. Because, I ain't got nothing else better to do than work. I'm in like 95-degree weather. But, if Cajun don't pop up on here, I don't know how long. I probably got an hour. But I'll check it out later before I fall asleep. Because I'm liable to fall asleep. Hell, I used to fall asleep on people's streams all the time. Shit, I wish it was cold. Fucking 89 degrees today with the heat index at 99. Tomorrow, the heat index was at 100. We're supposed to have a cold front next week where we wake up and it's in the 60s. Shit, I wish it was 60 damn degrees here. It was 89 degrees and the heat index was at 99 or possibly 100. It's been hot but they had a breeze today, but still. I'm in the shade, but it's like hot as hell. Within 2 seconds, I'm sweating. But that's Louisiana weather. We got a saying in Louisiana. Don't like the weather? Just wait a day. Wait an hour. Oh, it rained last week, 4 or 5 days in a row, and it was still in the 80s. Shit, I'll tell you what. I saw some lightning hit a flagpole the other day, and I had my video. I had my phone was out, but for some reason it wouldn't record it. It was a Back to the Future moment. It hit the flagpole and bloop, sparked that sucker. That sucker caught on fire. And I'm just like, nobody's doing anything. They just looking around. I'm like, well, it's all good here. But they're just doing their thing. But Oh, let's see. You know, Louisiana used to never be a tornado state. No, they're saying Tornado Alley is actually changing. You know, it's shifting a little more to the east. So now apparently I'm in Tornado Alley. But it's not bad enough I get hurricanes. Now Mother Nature's like, fuck that, we doing tornadoes too. Now someone actually this lady told me yesterday that she's from Michigan. I think she said Kalamazoo or something. And she told me there was bad weather in Michigan today. Or yesterday. Uh, she's down here. She's like half and half. I told you about it. She wears all Detroit Lions gear. Every time I see her, she's in blue. She's in solid blue. She lives half the year down here and half the year in Michigan. And you know, yeah. Well, that's where she's from. She was telling me her street got hit. So Roadrunner, beep beep. How you doing, Roadrunner? Appreciate you popping in. Oh, I'll tell you the story. Well, you probably heard it already. When I was I don't know, 12 or 13 years old, I was sick and I couldn't go home, so my grandparents picked me up, and I went to sleep in the den. And a couple hours later, about an hour or two later, I woke up, and I feel water dripping on me. I said, "What the hell?" I look up and I go, "Oh, there's no roof." My grandpa's like, "What the hell was that?" And his house. Let me tell you something about that house my grandpa lived in. He lived in that house. My grandparents lived in that house 55 years. It went through floods, tornadoes, hurricanes. It went through Hurricane Camille in 60, 65, 64. It went through Hurricane Betsy. It went through that tornado in the 90s. The final thing that took it was Hurricane Katrina, because by then my grandparents were in their 80s and they didn't want to rebuild. But my grandpa was actually my grandparents were actually rebuild. They were redesigning their house when it happened too. Every time they were doing something, but they left the watermarks from Camille and Betsy on the wall. So they had it marked 65 or 68 or whatever the year was. It was marked on the wall. Yeah, it was like a couple of weeks ago. They said we were gonna have 90 mile an hour winds and hail, and I'm just like, that's hurricane weather. Shit. The last 2 or 3 hurricanes, the eye of the storm went right over my city, and I didn't even notice. I'm just like, okay. That hurricane we had last year, and I don't evacuate that many times, maybe 2 or 3 times. But that hurricane we had last year, I evacuated, and I went to my aunt's house, which is pretty close, about 45 minutes or an hour away where Cajun lives. And about the same to where Grumpy Stack is, Grumpy Stack Tires. So when I went to my aunt's house after Katrina, that house got hit more than my house down here that I was living in. But a lot of tornadoes hit in that area lately, where I grew up in St. Bernard. A lot of them. Well, I've slept through a tornado and I've slept through a hurricane. So all we need now is a tsunami, and I will see. Although I've never been through an earthquake. But supposedly they have mini earthquakes in Louisiana, which I've never heard about either. Apparently under Morgan City there's a fault line. I never knew this. Morgan City's more closer to Cajun than it is me, I guess. I mean, it's right in the middle. But apparently all these scientists are now finding fault lines all under the United States. Like every state's got a fault line apparently now. But honestly, I don't know. I have seen the destruction of a hurricane many, many times. Thank God I haven't had anything bad happen to me as far as hurricane and tornado. You know, knock on wood. I don't have any wood, but I'll knock on the wall right there. But they're always saying, they said last year that hurricane season was very active. Last year. Actually, hurricane season starts June 1st. So we're right into that June to November line. Even though they could have hurricanes before June and after November. I mean, the last few years they had hurricanes in this. They had a hurricane around Christmas, and that ain't even the season for it. But you know, but who knows? I don't think I'll be on 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, go take a nap. Ms. Aaron, go ahead. If I wake up early in the morning, I'll jump in your stream. Sometimes I don't go to sleep till about 1, 2 o'clock my time anyway. So you know, if I only plan on doing maybe an hour, if that. You know, I wasn't in Cajun stream yesterday, so it probably won't be in mine. I just didn't feel like doing anything yesterday. I was burnt. That's why I haven't been streaming lately. I've been physically burnt out, because I'm getting to the point where I can't stand people. Just people in general, like in real life. I'm not talking about YouTube or any of that stuff. But there's always the replay, you know. Besides, if Elvis starts talking shit about his team, I'll tell him the Vikings suck. I'll be like, Zamron said the Vikings suck ass. You know, I'll take up for the one prod nation. But I am happy. June 1st is officially when that piece of shit Carr signs his retirement papers on June 1st, and he's officially gone from my football team. No more crappy quarterback. I'm happy. And we're gonna have a rookie quarterback, I believe, that's gonna start. I mean, we got two second-year quarterbacks, and you know that we still got Taysom, even though he's got a major knee surgery. But I still say Taysom's got the best shot at you know. But they probably won't even consider Taysom. But we can now officially close the Dennis Allen, Derek Carr failed fucking experiment. It is officially done. I never have to say their names again, more than likely. The POS is gone from my football team. I feel like a monkey is lifted off my shoulders or my back, and we can finally go forward and win some football games. and do what we're supposed to be doing and getting back in the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl. I don't expect much of us this year. But looking at the schedule, I think we got a 13-4 record coming up. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I think I think we got some wins going on here. So that's just me. But yeah. I know I'm talking to myself probably, but yeah, that's a feast on our family. But yeah, I don't really expect to be on that long. Even if Cajun does pop up, I'm not doing. I really don't want to do more than an hour and a half tops. Just I don't know. I'm gonna do a stream probably tomorrow too. In fact, this week I think I'm gonna make up for lost time. I'm probably gonna do a stream almost every night. At least 5 out of the 7 nights. I ain't even really worried about monetization anymore. If it happens, that's wonderful. But I done lost most of my watch hours anyway. I only had 1,200. They're probably gone because I didn't stream in 3 weeks. That's just how YouTube is. But hey, you never know. You need one viral video will get you what you need. But I'm not even really seeking it or considering it anymore. So if it happens, great. If it doesn't, hey, that's great too. I'm just gonna do my thing, and yeah. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot, but I have to get back into this whole streaming thing. But I invite people to come up, and they don't really come up a lot of the time. So, but yesterday I was just kind of burnt physically and mentally. I'm drained. But maybe doing this YouTube thingamajig again will recap some memory. Elderberry in the building. Go Chefs. I do not believe we play the Chefs this year. I actually did not even look at the schedule. So I mean, I really don't know who we play and when we play. But I know we got at least 13 wins ahead of us. I'm going to call 13-4 record. I like my team. The POS is off my team. So, I think we got a lot of people on our team that's good. And I think we're going to win another Super Bowl. Pretty certain. I think that's all I got about that. But there's a lot of people on YouTube that I used to talk to that just ain't really on the YouTube land anymore. Oh, I never did change the Lord Emperor thing from Scotty's stream. I just kept it up for whatever reason. I don't know. I wonder if he's ever going to do any more streams. I know he's got his medical problems and stuff, but I hope he gets back to the grind when his health is recovered enough to, I sent him a message. I said, "You look more and more." I said, "You're looking more and more like my dad all the time." I call him Franken Dad. My dad's got so many knee surgeries. Now he ain't got a leg surgery, but I got more. My dad's knees are all scarred up. His kneecap, he ain't got no cartilage, this and that. He got this and this duct tape holding together his knee, and I'm like, well, that's exactly what That's exactly where Scotty's leg going. But what? Mm-mm-mm. See, and that's why I ain't married, and that's why I don't need a. That's why I ain't got a woman. I ain't gonna let her tell me what the hell I can and cannot do. Fuck that. I'm gonna get them on my damn stream. Let her fucking say something about that shit. Ain't nobody gonna tell anybody who the hell can come on my stream and shit. But I can't get a hold of him because he doesn't answer. He's not answering his phone, at least for me. And I know I sent him a message. He sent me a message back, but how the hell? I never gonna have somebody tell me what I can and cannot do in my life. See, my mom tried to tell me that shit. Oh, I know what you do on YouTube. The hell with that. I'm gonna do that shit anyway. I've had people tell me they don't want me doing YouTube, and I do. And you think I listen? No, I don't. Why? Because I don't care what people think. But yeah, there's many boobies around. I don't know. I don't know why these women think they can control men. I'm sorry. I take that as a challenge now. Now I'm going to take that as a personal challenge. I'm going to call them up and I'm going to get them on my I'm going to get them on my show here. If you want to call this a show. In fact, I'll message Rainey myself and say, hey, I'm getting him on here. It's not his show. It's on my show. So there you go. I take that as a personal damn challenge. Oh, he's been on here once before. I mean, she just pissy because he only made like $120 a month. Well, shit, that's more than you had before. I've never been monetized. I was almost monetized twice. Once YouTube took my hours, the other time I got hacked. I was like less than 100 hours away from getting it. I don't care about what the hell is she gonna do to me. What in the hell is she gonna do to me? She's 2,000 miles away. Not like she's gonna come from Wisconsin to Louisiana, book a flight, kick my ass, and go back. What the hell is she gonna do to me? She don't even talk to me. That's why I unfriended her. I used to say, hey, how you doing, Miss Rainey? And she'd never respond to me. Never. And I just got tired. I just unfriended her. I said, fuck that shit. I don't. If I'm gonna message somebody, I'd like at least respond hi or whatever. So. Well, he knows what he got himself. Yeah, that's another thing. How the hell can you be pissed at one person and take it out on another? I don't understand people. I just don't. But I never understood it. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know. I just a lot of people I talk to seem to like distance themselves lately. Somebody I talked to online just sent me a message a little while ago. It was like, "Oh, I have to distance myself from you. It's not you. I can't be on the chat anymore. Blah 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 blah." And I'm just like, "All right, whatever." I'm just okay. They were like, well, if you need anything, let me know, but I hope you have a good life. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, all right. Sure, okay. I'm like, just tell me the truth. You don't want to fucking talk to me anymore. That just, these people, they just want to make up stupid ass excuses and say, I don't. Besides, he don't have to be on YouTube. He could be on another platform. I bet I'll tell you this: if he was making, let's say, instead of $200 a month, if he was making 2,000 a month, she'd let him on. It's all about he ain't making enough money. That's all. If he was making a lot of money, I guarantee you, she'd say, "Yeah, go ahead and do it." So it is what it is. I don't get in anybody's personal business, but that just puts a crawl. That's just like a crawl right there. It's just kind of, I don't know. But I ain't never gonna. No one's ever gonna tell me what I can and cannot do. I don't care who the hell they are. It's just no. Shit, even at work they try to tell me what to do, and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna do this. Because you know what's right for you. But no. But yeah, I don't know. And he did that St. Patrick's thing. I missed that. I missed it when it was live because I had no idea it was on. I think it was the last thing he did. But he'll do YouTube again, I guarantee you. You know, like she pays attention to YouTube. She's not gonna watch his YouTube. Who's gonna narc on him if he does a YouTube? It's all about money. If he was making a lot of money, she wouldn't say a damn thing. Not at all. So that's just how I see it. But and hell, if they got a problem. If anybody got a problem with it, hey, come on the channel and talk about it. I don't care. Do I care? No. But it's just some crazy stuff. I'm gonna call Grumpy Stack Tires after I'm done with this. I'm gonna say Grumpy Stack of Grumpy Stack Tires. Speaking of Grumpy Stack and Grumpy Stack Tires, they didn't do the commercial yesterday on Cajun Stream, so I'm gonna do the Grumpy Stack commercial just because Grumpy Stack owes me about $47 million in advertising. So I'm gonna do the Grumpy Stack commercial because it wasn't done properly or at all last night. And here's the commercial. It goes a little something like this. And this Lean Off the Dock moment is brought to you by Grumpy Stack Tires. By Stack. Grumpy Stack, that is. Located in Ville Platte, Louisiana. Home of the Million Mile Tire. He ships it, you handle it. And, we'll think of something about that else later. But I'm going to get a big picture of Doug where he's making the goofy face, and we're going to, do a tire. And, I can't draw worth the crowd. This is where Scotty comes in. He could draw all this stuff. I can draw a circle. I think I'm pretty sure at a circle. Yeah, I could get Doug on here somewhere. All I got to do is say, Doug, wake your ass up. I can get the whole Scotty crew on here. Well, not the whole crew. I can get the main. I ain't seen them. I ain't seen any of them in a while. They all fell off the face of the earth. I ain't heard nothing from Steph because she was sick. I ain't heard any. And of course we all know what's going on with Miss Carly. I ain't getting to that drama. I have stayed away from that drama for the longest time. I am not getting into that drama. No way. That's another one that's not on YouTube anymore. Not that she was. I'm just saying she might pop in from time to time. And then Grumpy Stack went MIA. I think a tire swallowed him. Let's see who else. But all the ladies I sent the invites to, they all kind of in their own little way disappeared. But yeah. Sometimes social media it can be a pain in the ass, but you know. But other than that, I'm gonna wake up Mr. Grumpy Stack one of these days and tell him again. I could have sent them an invite in here, but he's probably sleeping already. He's either sleeping or he's drunk again. I'm like, wait, last time I had him on, he was the funniest. Doug is funny. He's funny no matter what, but he's even funnier when he's loaded off his ass. Because what's more fun than a person who doesn't drink a lot? I don't drink a lot, but I don't have the drunk gene. I've never been drunk. I don't have that gene in my body. I mean, I've drunk 17 hand grenades, and I didn't feel anything. Of course, I ate 2 big bowls of red beans and rice, so all the fat, all the fat and the food absorbs liquor, and of course, there's your liver. But I drank 17 hand grenades. I didn't feel a damn thing. And I don't like to drink. I'm not a drinker. The circumstances, hey, circumstances will do stuff like that. But when people bet money, I won $100 something that day. I was the last person standing. Of course, I don't drink it all the way. I kind of sip it, drink a little at a time. But I mean, I don't know if I can do it nowadays. This is about 10 or 12 years ago. I think I was still young then, but I don't think I can do it nowadays. But hand grenades got rum. I think it's got rum and vodka in it. And it's got like a couple of different liquors. Don't know exactly what per se, because it's a patented trademark. But hand grenade, it's a big ass drink. I used to have the cups. When I moved, I tossed them out. Seems the roaches climbed in the cup and got drunk. But But other than that, yeah. Should have fallen asleep at the wheels. But let's see. Trying to think of the next team I'm going to play in Madden. Do I play against the Chefs? I already played against the Lions. I took them out on. I think I played the Monsters team with them, or I was 2001 all Madden, and I whooped some ass. But yeah, it's a lot of nonsense. Colt 49. Colt 49 in the building. Colt 45 works every time. Hi, I'm Billy D. Williams. And then I'll start doing the commercial. Did your woman not put out? Give her a sip of Colt 45, the world's famous malt liquor. She'll not only drop them panties, she'll bend over and smile. Well, of course, you got to be Billy D. Williams for that. But hey, everybody could be that smooth and stylish. You know, but I don't know. Cajun did 2 live streams last night. I fell asleep. I was on the first one and I fell asleep, and then I realized he did a second one, and I don't know why he did this. The first one, he only had 3 people in it, and nobody was in the first one. And then I fell asleep, and a few minutes later, he started another one, and I watched it later on. I watched it today when I was at work, and everybody started coming in that one. I don't know where Cajun is. I ain't got a hold of him. He's either eating, sleeping, or he's leaning off the dock. I don't know where he is. But I missed his. Usually, when I miss a live stream, he misses mine. It's not intentional. It's just, I'll talk to him later, I guess, if he don't pop up. But I fell asleep, and he started another stream, and everybody was in that stream. So sometimes sometimes if you ain't got nobody showing up in one stream, you stop it and you do another one. And that's how screwy YouTube algorithm is. But yes, I'm gonna do my best when Scotty feels okay to get him on my channel once again, and we'll see who gets pissed or not. Because I have no problem calling anybody out, because I don't give a shit. But I'm going to have him as my special guest because he was on my channel before. A couple of years ago. I had like 60-something views. But if I put it out there, you know what I could do? Honestly. Well, my laptop's not, I don't have my connection for my laptop. But when I get a laptop, I could restream the broadcast that I did with Scotty 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago, maybe. I don't know. But I could restream that. And I had like 60-something views on it, and just say, hey, but I wouldn't know because most of the people from his don't follow me. Some of them do. But they got their own problems right now in life. Life sucks, and we're just living through it. We're just dealing with. I'm waiting to go to the other side because I heard the other side is like the dark side. They have cookies. You die, you finally make it to heaven, and you're looking for that chocolate chip cookie, and they say, well, we're all out of chocolate chip. However, we got some fresh ones coming up, but do you really deserve a chocolate chip cookie? You look more like the oatmeal cookie, which you try to avoid in life. But I like oatmeal cookies. I got nothing wrong with oatmeal. I like oatmeal cookies, like chocolate chip, whatever. Okay, now, and so, you die, you go up to the pearly gates or whatever. You travel. Somebody said you travel all the planets. Nobody really knows if that's true or not because I ain't dead. I know people that are dead. I haven't spoken to anybody that was dead yet. I've known people that have. Whether or not that's true, the jury's still out on that. I watched the ghost stuff, and I tend to think that I kind of take it to the approach of the UFO UAPs. We're not alone. Nobody's ever truly alone. They're looking up for me from heaven. I feel like there's always somebody. I'm in a room by myself right now, in my house by myself. But I feel somebody's around. There's always somebody around, whether it's a dead family member, guardian angel. There's always someone around that you can't see in a different dimension that's watching over you for good, for bad, whatever reason. Maybe they just like to get off. I don't know. There's always somebody. I've probably somebody staring a hole in my head right now. But you don't see them because we're in a different dimension. They're in the sixth dimension, fifth dimension. We're in the 3D, 4 dimension, whatever. You can't see that parallel universe. You're not on that side yet. It's like when people do the remote viewing. When you do the remote viewing out of body experience, you can see all that shit because you're not dead, but you're out of your body, so you can see all that shit. So technically your spirit, your karma is whatever. It's, I don't know. But so I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I got no clue. Maybe I'll do some more research on this if I don't already. But I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow, probably around the same time, 7 o'clock. We'll do an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I'm probably gonna do one tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I feel like I'm gonna do at least 4 more streams this week. What? I have no idea. Have you seen my baseball? Have you seen? Have you seen my money tree? I'm dying over here, smashing the like button. Elvis in the building, a hunk of burning love. You know, God works in mysterious ways. The man does. You know, I prayed to this man every night for the past 2 years. That shitty ass quarterback would be off my team. And he finally made it a reality. Funny enough, he's got the same problem with him, degenerative tissue, that Drew Brees had. So, of course, we wanted Drew Brees to play forever. We don't give a shit about that other guy. But now, yeah, dreams do come true sometimes. Although he's not officially retired yet. It doesn't happen until June 1st. And the beauty part of this is they're trying to make this guy the hero. He wanted to be traded, but the beauty part is if he would have went on IR, he would have got $30 million salary. Oh, you better not. No, you better not. No. You better not even say that shit. I'll burn your goddamn house down if you say that shit. We go on to Graceland and set that shit on. No. And I'm not really doing that, YouTube. It's just the same. But no. Aaron Rodgers is going to play for the Steelers. I can tell you this right now with the cap. They signed all their rookies for $8 million. The Saints are $29 million under the cap right now. Oh, no. Here's the beauty part. I was just getting to this. Here's the beauty part. Oh, no, Michael Thomas retired. We don't pay him anymore. We're still paying Drew Brees, but that's okay. The beauty part about Carr's salary is Carr could have went on IR for the entire season and still got paid $30 million. By retiring June 1st, he gives up $30 million salary.
Now he got his $30 million because he failed his physical. It was some stupid weird clause. Not only that, he gets his bonus, which is I think $12 million. But as of 2026, his salary comes off the books permanently. So we're $29 million under the cap. Now, after June 1st, that's $30 more million. The Saints are going to have $60 million under the cap. In 2026, they're $150 million under the cap. So it's not that my team's horrible with the cap, because they never were. Because they have Kai Hartley, who's a genius, the guru. It's that we have a general manager who's a little bit past his prime. You might have heard of his name. His name's Mickey Loomis. He's 68 years old. He still thinks he's in the Drew Brees era. This was a guy who said that Dennis Allen is a great coach and Derek Carr is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Now, he's actually sad that Carr retired. So, now, well, I think it's going to be Tyler Show, the rookie we drafted from Louisville. We got 3 of them on the roster. Pick your choice. You got Spencer Rattler, who we drafted last year. We got Show, and then we got the other guy, who I can't remember his name, but he'll come to Jake Haener. Fun. No, they're actually talking about they wouldn't bring back Jameis. They're trying to bring back Teddy Bridgewater. So, quick wrench in the building. Lions Super Bowl. I don't know about that. I'm saying the Saints are going to win the whole damn thing, but I say that every year. But, I personally think I sort of looked at the schedule a little bit, but I didn't. But I think the Saints are going 13-4. There's only 4 teams we losing to. So we don't play the Chefs and we don't play the Lions. But when you play in a shitty division, you're gonna win. Well, I take Bridgewater over Carr any day of the year. Shit, I take Jameis over Carr. That just let me tell you about that. Hell, I'll bring back one of the crappiest quarterbacks the Saints have ever had. Which hat? I got about 50 Saints hats. Which one? Man, I'm going to blame your ass just like I blame Rondell. It's all Rondell's fault. I'm telling you. It's all his fault. I got a theme song for him. But I put a Saints hat on him today. He goes, don't you put that on my head. I said, no. He goes, don't you put that shit on my head. I said, don't worry. We'll find an Alabama cap, and I'll use it as toilet paper. We run out of toilet paper. We find that little red A. That's just inviting for toilet paper. But I found the same hat 3 times. So now I got 3 of them. And I found so many LSU hats lately. I could have had there was a bunch of Saints hats the other day, but they were all like stained, and I didn't want to get those hats, but I get all kinds of shit. I pulled a Super Bowl hat, brand new in the box, the other day. Brand new, never been worn. So now I got 3 of them Super Bowl hats. Brand new, still got the logo on it and everything. Still got the, and I'm pretty sure it says Super Bowl champs. But you can't find the Vikings hat that says Super Bowl champs. I'm sure you can, but it's not official. It's just like I don't know. It's like ass. So, but my Saints are awesome. I know this. The Saints are going to win more games than the Vikings. Favre was a national hero. I did not like Brett Favre up to the point where he threw that interception. Yeah, they went home. Of course they did. Of course the Vikings left. They gave up on their season. They said, "See you, bitch. We gone." They said, "We don't need any more of this shit." Zayron said he's going to do a video or he's going to do a stream tonight. I don't know. He might. But, he told me the Lions will win the Super Bowl too. So, I don't know. Can't dispute it. I mean, is my team going to make the Super Bowl this year? Probably not, in all honesty. Because I guess we're in a rebuild year. I don't really know. But, hey, I'm always going to say, well, all Brett Favre had to do is run up the middle and kneel. They could have kicked the 57-yard field goal. But, the gunslinger decided one more. And ironically, that was the last pass that Brett Favre ever threw in his career was an interception. That sent the game into overtime. And Garrett Hartley kicked the 40-something yard field goal. 45 yards? 44? I don't know. But that was the second best day ever. And it sent the Saints to the Super Bowl. And then we took on Peyton and his crew and, the Tracy Porter. You can look it up. Tracy Porter down the sidelines, right up the middle. Well, hey, at least I got a Super Bowl. At least I got a Super Bowl hat. I don't ever remember seeing a Viking Super Bowl hat. But when the Vikings have a Super Bowl hat, come back and talk to me. Until then, they ain't got shit. Hell, the Lions are going to win a Super Bowl before the fucking Vikings do. And I ain't even got a dog in that fight. That ain't even my division. We ain't even in that. We in the NFC South. We ain't NFC Central. We ain't in the Norris division. The black and blue. I remember back in the day where Tampa Bay used to be in the NFC Central. It used to be the Lions, the Bears, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Buccaneers. And then in 2002, the Buccaneers came to the NFC South. Back in the NFC day, when I was growing up, they had the NFC West. And it was the Saints, the 49ers, the Rams, and the Falcons. See, our rival back in the day was the 49ers. So I couldn't fucking stand the 49ers back in the day. I still don't like them. But they're not in our conference division, anymore. They're in the conference, but I used to hate the 49ers worse than the Falcons. But I got no dog in that fight anymore. But then they took the Buccaneers, and then they gave us the expansion team, the Panthers, and put them in that division. That sort of makes sense because Tampa's within the South and Carolina's, and so is But they should have Los Angeles, the Rams, and the 49ers on the other coast, the West Coast, thousands of miles from us. And here's another thing. The Rams don't play in Los Angeles. They never did. They play in Anaheim. Well, they did play in Anaheim. Maybe they play in Los Angeles now, but they always played in Anaheim. Just like the Dallas Cowgirls don't play in Dallas. They play down the road in Irving, which is 30 miles away from Dallas. A lot of these teams don't play in the city they represent. So these teams are fake. They don't play in the city they represent. Never could understand that. But I don't know. Barry Sanders said he's going to come out of retirement, whoop everybody's ass. At 62 years old, he can run circles around the NFL. He could probably get 3,000 yards. Let me tell you, if Barry Sanders played in the league now, he would get 2,500 yards rushing easily. With the extra game added on, especially if they add another game, game 18, which the NFLPA has been fighting. I'm telling you, Sanders could easily have 2,500 yards, easily in the blink of an eye. The thing with Barry Sanders is people don't know about Barry Sanders. He had 15,239 yards rushing, but he also ran backwards about 1,000 or 1,500 yards. Because a lot of times what Barry Sanders did is he dodged. He would go backwards to go forward, which is what a lot of good running backs did it back in the day. But, well, he could. Just remember this. AK-41, 6 touchdowns in one game. I wonder what team he did that against. I remember it was Christmas. I don't remember if it was in the Superdome or not. But I remember something about AK-41. I wish he would change his number to 47 so I could say AK-47. It'd be so great. But I do remember he had 6 touchdowns in one game. I remember that. But Barry Sanders pretty much carried those Lion teams back in the early 90s when they were, I wouldn't say they were awful because they did make the Lions made the playoffs with Scott Mitchell as quarterback, for Christ's sakes. He was terrible. But that was back in the day when the Ford family didn't give a rat's ass about their team. I mean, they only started giving a rat's ass about their team 4 or 5 years ago. The Lions have been through a lot. They went through the Matt Millen years, for Christ's sakes. Well, Matt Millen, all he did was draft a wide receiver. First round, wide receiver. Second round, wide receiver. Third round, he wouldn't draft anybody other than wide receiver. But, But honestly, I think if the Lions are going to do it, they're going to do it this year. Because I don't see them not doing it this year. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. But I ain't got nothing else left to say, really. So I think I'm going to wrap her up. But Elvis, you'll be happy to know I'm going to do a stream Sunday. I'm going to do one Monday. I'm going to do one Tuesday. And I'm going to do one Wednesday. Because you know what? I feel there's enough people out there that have missed my presence and voice. And, Al Bundy had 4 touchdowns in one game, not 5. But I see where you're going. I really do. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go another few minutes. Let's see. I don't know, really. But yeah, I plan on doing another couple of lives just for the hell of it. I don't really care about watch hours too much anymore. I'm just like over it. But maybe if I keep saying I don't care about the watch hours, that's when YouTube actually gives me the watch hours. It's like reverse psychology. I don't really care about it, and they give me like 42,000 watch hours. So, I wanted to go live when Derek Carr announced his retirement, but I just never got around to it. But it actually becomes official on June 1st. He hasn't actually filed his retirement papers yet. So I can't say he's retired officially. But I'd like to thank the New York Giants for putting that POS out of commission. And we drafted a quarterback out of Louisville, Tyler Shough. I don't know how to say his damn name. I'll figure it out. Shough. 26-year-old quarterback. Yeah, he's old, but nah. I mean, he ain't that old. 26 ain't that bad. But he's a seasoned quarterback. He played 6 years in college. But he come out of Louisville. Who else come out of Louisville but Teddy Bridgewater himself? So there's potential here. I mean, Spencer Rattle is in his second year, and so is Josh Hainer. But the Saints still have that miracle. Taysom, even though Taysom's coming off major knee surgery, he might not play much in the upcoming season. They were trying to shop him around. I'm surprised Sean Payton didn't trade for him. Honestly. But, you know. But I don't know. Taysom don't need to do everything. He can just do most of everything. I mean, he can't block. But, well, yeah, no, he can block, actually. He can kick, but they just don't need. I mean, he can catch. I mean, let's see what Taysom do. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. He can block. He can tackle. He can block a punt. He can return a kickoff and a punt return, which he's done for a touchdown. He kicked in college. No, he kicked in high school. I think the only thing Taysom can't do is punt. No, wait. Taysom, I think Taysom did punt. I actually think Taysom did punt once. So, I'm pretty certain that Taysom can do almost everything. And he even wanted to play defensive tackle. But, you know. So, I think that he can do it. But, okay, anyways, I'm going to jump off because my voice is cracking a little off and on. So, I'll do a stream Sunday, tomorrow. I'll do one Monday. I'll do one Tuesday. I'll do one Wednesday. Probably. As of now, I will. But Zaron also said, he was on the stream earlier, he also said, he said something about the Vikings suck and the Lions sweeping the Vikings. That's what he said earlier, so I don't know if it's true. I'm backing the man up. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. And watch my crap. Why not?